Alright, today is, what are you doing? You can't hide over there. Today is Metro Championships, first race of the year basically, since COVID lockdown. It's over at Balmoral, and we just heard on the news there's been an outbreak of corona in sort of Ipswich, like a detention centre, but these people have been out in the public. So the Premier's just gone, alright, everything, 10 gatherings of 10 only. So I'm going to get there and it may be called off, but probably not. It might still go ahead because it was like effective immediately, so I don't know. But I'm still going to go, and if it goes ahead, it goes ahead. But, oh, sugar. My wife's like, no, I'm not turning on any longer. So yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you posted, but yeah, bloody insane. Tomorrow might be cancelled, but the road race, but we'll see. We'll see.
Detention centre. We are concerned about the now total of 7 cases linked to the youth detention cluster.
No one wants to be the next Victoria, so they really let the team down. But anyway, I've also got this new mouth, this thing. You've probably seen it on Francis Cade's vlogs, but I'm going to try it out today as well. See you guys soon. Alright, so I made it here. I didn't get to test out my mount because it's so windy. Couldn't get it out of my pocket. But it's still on. Still on, apparently.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. They'll probably get the news now, and then they'll be like, oh, by the way, all future races cancelled. But anyway, we'll see. Pia's here. Did we like Pia in the vlog? No one really mentioned it.
Oh, that's a bit
Pia's
sad.
back. Anyway.
Bad.
But yeah, let's do this. Got my numbers and things. We are going ahead because we have a COVID safe plan allegedly, so not allegedly, we do. And so yeah, we can still race. Alrighty, so this is where we're just kicking off to start the race. There's 2 main teams. There's the pink team, which is Women's Racing Project, and then there's Scody Galivia, which is coming up on that pink bike just there. But then there's also Women's Development Project there. Generally, most of them are from B grade, just come up to A grade, which is really cool to see all those girls come up and fill out the A grade field. And then there's a couple of individual riders. There's one, you can see her there on the bright yellow bike, that is Anya Lowe, I believe her name is. She's from the Australian Racing Academy team from the Sunshine Coast. Really strong rider. That's an NRS team as well. And then there's Grace. She's a regular in Brisbane, but she's in the Veris Racing NRS team. And then there's just another couple of like triathletes and stuff. And obviously Nikki rolls because she's a legend and she's cruising around. But basically this is just the start of the race, and we're just warming up, basically getting a feel for the track and the conditions, and yeah, with nothing really eventful happens. A couple of attacks go off the front, but nothing sticks until about 15 minutes in. So this is where the first attack that led to the leading breakaway started. You can see them up the road, and I was a little bit far back, and that was dumb. So I decided, yeah, I should probably chase that, so I begin my chase. And it takes quite some time for me to get back. So I'm basically just chasing for about 3/4 of a lap, trying to jump on. I think the bunch is just sitting behind me at this point, and then I realise, yeah, I'm not going to catch them on my own, and I get this chick to roll through. I think she's a triathlete, but anyway, she rolls through, and then I think I realise that they are not going to catch them, and then I was like, I better have a chop and try to go off the front. So that's basically what's happening here. I decide I should probably just go straight off the front and try to bridge the gap to the break. And so it's basically just half a lap that I'm chasing this break for, and I'm coming up to them, and then it sort of explodes. So I'm coming up to Grace here, she's gone off, she's gone, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And then as I'm basically about to jump onto the break, the 2 girls off the front, well, the girl Anya in the yellow bike and the girl in the, I think her name's Danny in the black kit, basically just go off the front, and nobody can get back onto them. And I'm gassed by now because I've been going into the headwind for about, for that half a lap. See, look, they can't. And they just go straight off the front. And I'm like, well, I think I left my bridge a little bit too long there. So I probably should have tried a little bit harder in the first one. I might have recovered enough to try and go with those girls. But basically our break of, it was 4 with Nikki, and then it ended up being 3. That lasted about another 2 or 3 laps, and then it just exploded. But I tried to catch these girls, but I just couldn't after that effort, and then trying to bridge into the headwind. So it ended up just being a bunch kick for 3rd, and I actually won that. So this is how it played out. So basically, this is the second last corner, third last corner actually, and it is into a sort of cross headwind. I'm a little bit far back. I'm probably about 7 back, maybe. And I was like, I need to be behind yellow. So I just squeezed down that side and take the risk getting behind there. And the girl's second wheel, the lady's second wheel, is a crazy sprinter. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna have a chance, I've got to get behind her and draft as long as I can. And basically, I don't know what happened here, but she didn't start her sprint until I was sort of alongside her. So I was just in her draft because it was sort of a cross taily there, and I just went past her, sprinted past her, outdid her. But yeah, won the bunch kick.
Come on, Emily! Come on, Emily!
We're done. You're in it. We're done. We finished the race.
Got a little medal!
Came 3rd. So just like last year. Came 3rd last year.
Next year maybe we'll step it up.
Maybe next year. It's so windy. There was like a freaking tornado that came. I don't know how the wind's going to be on this, but it was like there was a tornado that came across at one point. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It was blowing stuff all over there.
but yeah, it was a good race. We're gonna do the road race tomorrow. See how that goes. Check in with you guys later.
Ciao.
Today's the road race. We're about to leave. Everything's in the car. And it's a 94-kilometre road race. And yeah, it's pretty chilly today, but it's not as windy, so it's good. It's good. Hey, Mum. Good. Yeah, we're gonna go now. We've arrived. Oh shit. Oh, blowing a bloody gale. I don't know who's just pulled up next to us. Somebody. And probably another Scody person. Well, she's waved to us, so I must be. I'm gonna go do a wee. Probably put my kit on when I go there, so I don't have to make 2 trips. And yeah. Excited? Yeah. 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 So it's like freaking cold and crap. It's going to be a hard 94 kilometres. Last year we only did 2 laps, but this year we have to do 3. So last year I think because it was combined with B grade, so they just did A, B as the same sort of race. But it's pretty cold. Gotta put my numbers on and get going. Okay, so the road race didn't go as planned. About 4 or 5k in, I noticed that my front brake was rubbing horrendously. It was just non-stop, and it was not great at all. Turns out the piston was locked in, like one of the brake pad pistons was locked in that position, but it's sort of a good thing, so I had to pull it out after the first lap. But this is sort of 2k to go on the first lap. You'll see up ahead that girl just goes flying off the side of the road, because that is the wind that we are contending with. Like those trees are almost bending, like trying to bend over. And I was just sort of hanging back, didn't want to get in anyone's way, but just trying to get off the road, to be honest. It was so hard to just stay upright. You're just leaning into the wind. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, people are just leaning into it. And this wasn't even the worst bit. We have this little descent up ahead and it gets horrendous. So basically we're doing this descent with a side crosswind, and it is just smashing us from the side. You can see the girl in front of me is sort of just leaning to the side. She's not a big rider at all. She's probably smaller than me, and she was getting smashed. This is Zara just in front of me. She was sort of handling it. She did really well in this road race. I think she came 7th overall. So there was only 10 finishes. Pia finished. But there's only 10 finishes out of the 24. Basically, anyone that was behind me or in the group behind our group of maybe 10, 15 ended up dropping out. So it was just such a tough race, and it was such a bummer that I couldn't finish it because of the mechanical. And I've never pulled out of a race before, but it is what it is. We move on to the next one.
Come on, Emily.
My front wheel stopped.
Years ago,
Yeah, you got blown sideways as
it
well.
was not pleasant.
So I've
Didn't get blown off.
I've had to pull out. I've had a mechanical. Yeah, I didn't pull out because I wanted to. I pulled out because my bike, the piston on the brake. Well, now you've just made it off because you've all walked around the back. We've all. Yeah, no. So the piston in the. Oh, here comes my group now. This is the group I probably would have been in. I'm going to say yes, I would have been in this group. No. Yeah, I probably would have been in that group. So. But yeah, it was just holding the pad onto the brake. So it's only a matter of minutes before I either flipped my bike or broke it or whatever. So it's what it is. There's now a break of 3 up the road, probably like 3 or 4 minutes up the road, so yeah, it's not a good day today, as you can see. It is what it is. You win some, you pull out of some. In a non. And you lose others. And you lose most of it, but it is what it is. April's here. April's having a baby. Are you excited, April? And everyone put a congratulations in the comments for April.
Please don't.
We just got home. Pretty disappointed that I had to pull out today. I've never had to pull out of a race for like a mechanical or anything. I'm always pretty determined to finish my races. As you know, as viewers of the vlog, I've never actually not finished a race anyway, it's not my fault. I need to tell myself that it's not my fault that I didn't finish the race. It was also a really tough day, so yeah. Basically the piston is just engaged in the brake and won't disengage. So it's like riding with the brakes on, basically. So it could have got worse, and I could have gone over the bars or something like that.
What are you doing?
What did he do?
It's in my jelly lollies in my bag.
Barney just ate jelly lollies from Mum's bag. Anyway, so yeah, to sum up, I'm disappointed. So if you could all tell me that I'm being silly in the comments, that'd be great. But anyway, swings and roundabouts, good news. I've purchased a PlayStation 4 to make myself feel better. This is the reason I go to work, is to buy nice things. To sum up, I'm disappointed in what happened today. It was out of my control though, so I'm getting my bike fixed tomorrow, and it is what it is. Swings and roundabouts. It was the swing and roundabout today. Failed the race, did well alright, this is what happened. Swings and roundabouts. Did well yesterday, came 3rd, failed in my race today, and then found a PlayStation on the way home because they're actually running out of stock. There's no PlayStations anywhere, so swings and roundabouts. Everything evens out for me. Doesn't it, Mum?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a shower now. See you guys in the next vlog.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Together we can